afternoon. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession.
Here we go. Right.
Snap it to the back. Find some fresh air. Defense on skates that time. They finally drag him down at the 42. Memphis wants to move quickly. Motion from the back. They'll immediately call timeout. It's 1st and 10 for this offense from the 42. Quarterback may change this route. Wants to throw on 1st down. Quickly out to the tight end. Finds a crease at the 20. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Memphis.
Man, what great offensive execution. You talk about addressing a 2-minute situation and using almost all of the clock, adding to your lead and creating more momentum going into the half. Great execution by this offense.
And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Fielded in the end zone, it's Johnson. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Just enough time for one final play in this half. Smith dropping to pass. Under fire. Escapes trouble. They're going to get him for a safety, trying to make something out of nothing and still got stuck for the 2. The Pirates will kick it off to start the second half. And the ball will make it into the end zone. No return on that one for a touchback. Here comes that Memphis offense back onto the field. They got plenty done through the air in the first half, and we'll see if they even need to look for balance as we start the third quarter.
Well, I think defensively, you understand, like the running game isn't a big part of the plan. I wonder how they adjust and play more coverage to this pass-happy offense.
Yeah, so you're going to have to be ready if you're a quarterback then. You're probably going to see some different coverages. You might see a little bit more blitz in the second half as well, so you have to know where your answers are.
And the Tigers can really attack on this 2nd and short. He'll take it himself. Oh, he's got some space. Inside the 10. Touchdown, Memphis. He found some open space and turned on the Jets.
This QB just has such a feel. He's so good with these design quarterback runs. He's patient. He allows the holes to develop. He puts his foot in the ground, and in the open field, he's as dangerous as any ball carrier in the country.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point was good to finish things off. What a display of explosive capabilities on that drive. 75 yards, 2 plays, and a touchdown. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. East Carolina sending the offense back to work. And the last time they had the ball, they wound up giving up a safety, Jesse.
Yeah, that was ungood the last time they had the ball. So they got to do something here offensively to get...
Wide open spaces. The now.
And listen, Reese, we know the defensive ends are the most important players on the field, but especially when they run outside, especially when you run a toss like this.
Gets it into the end zone, but wait a minute. We'll have to check out the laundry on the field. Maybe a momentary scare for that offense when they saw the flag. It's on, the defense declined, and the touchdown stands. On to attempt the try. Right down the middle. They wasted no time on that drive. Got it on their 25, and 2 plays later, they're in the end zone. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. Here he comes from midway in the end zone. Stopped at the 26, brought it out of the end zone, picked up an extra yard. Memphis has the ball back and the offense ready to go to work. And after that last score, this is just a 2-possession game now, and they'll be looking to find some cushion on this drive. Got enough for the first. He's loose on the left. Ripping through the defense. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Tiger. Lining up for the PAT. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. What a way to send a message. Huge play in the running game. 1 snap, and you've got a touchdown on the board. Kickoff unit getting some extra work as this lead has really grown. That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. They'll power it inside with the fullback. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Didn't get any breathing room on that last run. Now 2nd and 10 from their own 25. Gets the back moving. Run it with the fullback. Good, solid run on that one as he gets it up to the 33-yard line.
And the fullbacks, you know, usually are typically in there to block, right? Those are the big, strong guys that usually lead the way for the running back, but occasionally you slip it to them, and you probably don't do it too much and don't make a living off it, but when you get a nice little chunk like this, maybe you find another way to give him the football.
Now on the action. Nice job to get it past the sticks, and they get him down at the 35.
And you kind of thought in that situation QB might keep it, but makes the right read. Gets it to the pitch man, and what does he do? Gets downhill. Get downhill and get that first down. New set of downs. Nice execution on the option by this offense.
Here's the handoff. And just wedges it ahead a bit before he's brought down.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. They're looking to get the edge with this one on the toss. And he doesn't find much running room, a short gain on the play. That's the end of the quarter, and Memphis has the lead. And they've built a comfortable lead after 3 quarters of play. Let's take a look at how we've gotten here. With the break, they had a little extra time to dial something up for this 3rd down play. Smith wants to throw. Rushes on him. And as he throws, can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion.
Man, do I love being a defensive lineman in games like today when you know you got to go get the quarterback. Like, they're down on the other side. They have to throw the football. Only chance they have to get back in. I'm playing the pass every time, pinning my ears back and going to get the quarterback.
Down by multiple possessions, you can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on 4th down. Bringing the heat. Intercepted. The defense has set him up. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football.
And that's a really good job by the defense, understanding the situation of football. It's 4th down. It's late in the game. You got a multi-possession lead. Take away all the deep stuff. Make them force the football into coverage. They do, and they stamp this game.
Wants to go up top on 1st down. That's caught. It's Hooks. Touchdown, Tigers! And the route is on.
There's no mercy rule in college football, man. They've got a huge lead here in the 4th quarter. They are still chucking it, and they are still scoring.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And they did tack on the extra point. That drive not too taxing on the playbook. One play, put it in the end zone just like that. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30. Nice return there, and he'll be dragged down at the 34. East Carolina has it back, and the Purple Pirate offense will go to work. Last drive ended with a pick, but you still have to attack through the air. He'll toss it.
Really good job by this defense, understanding responsibility football, playing the first option, playing the second option. There was absolutely nowhere to go. Nice job being dialed in exactly where the ball was going and how to get him to the ground.
They'll send the back in motion. Good pickup on the ground, and they'll mark him down at the 39. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. After the last run, would you just give it to him again on 3rd down? Smith dropping to pass. Oh, he can't hang on. Almost had the interception, and this guy makes so many big plays, but couldn't come up with that one. It'll be 4th down. No signs of any kind of kickers. They'll leave the offense out there to try to move those chains. They're throwing for it on 4th down. They got him. It's a sack, and what a stop for this defense to turn it over on downs.
He had nowhere to go with the football. You could tell surveying the field, somebody's got to get open to go make a play. Man, throw it up, run it, do something. You can't take a sack on 4th down. You got to give somebody an opportunity to make a play for you.
Looking to throw on 1st down. Fires to the wideout and wings it incomplete.
I'm a little bit surprised they're still throwing the football here this late in the game with this kind of lead. They're on 1st down, taking a shot, falls incomplete, but obviously they're still seeing matchups that they want to take advantage of in the back end of this defense, so they're letting it fly.
Working on the right. And they're going to put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on the scoreboard.
Points, points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas, keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns. And you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns on the year. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. Aggressive play calling on that drive. Just 2 plays, they get the long touchdown pass to pay it off. After scoring that touchdown, they'll try to get it right back with an onside kick. Looks as if the hands team will be able to recover the ball. So the penalty will not be enforced. The defense declines and stands on the result of the play.
All right, let's get it. Ready. Check, check. Black 29 Bongo. Set.
Smith wants to throw. Wide open downfield. Turns it on down the left side. I'm sorry you're unlikely to win today, but here's a fabulous parting gift, a late touchdown. You want something to be able to feel positive about after this game, and maybe that late touchdown will do it.
And Reese, I'm positive that stat counts on my stat line. Keep playing. Keep piling up those stats. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
He'll try to tack on one more. Looking to throw. The fake, and he wants to throw. He runs into the end zone on the fake. What a gutsy call to come up with a 2-point conversion there. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30. There he goes. Open it up. They won't get it. It's a touchdown. Boy, nothing electrifies a stadium quite like a return for a touchdown.
It's always so exciting because you don't see them very often. You got to go so many yards, 80, 90 yards at a time. What a great job by the returners, showing the speed, providing the electricity. There's a reason they're all jacked up, and it's because of that awesome kickoff return.
Play the analytics here, and you go for 2.
Blue 22. Blue 22.
They'll try to blast their way in. And that play just never got started as he's run out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Sends it back in motion. Smith dropping the pass. He'll throw it. That one never had a chance. Incomplete.
Well, at this point, you're still trying to throw stuff up against the blackboard and see if it sticks. You're down by a lot of points, so why not try it, right? And give the offense credit. You know, you're not just going to run the football. You're not just going to take a knee and go into the locker room with your tail between your legs. I like the fighting spirit, just not enough of that today.
And I'm just not sure where to put the blame. And I know they're going to lose this football game. They've struggled, and he's been sacked. I know he's turned it over and thrown an interception, but they haven't been in sync, and nobody's played really great, and they've got to find an identity on this offense moving forward.
He is sacked way behind the line of scrimmage. Just a catastrophic play there. Down in the fourth quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on fourth down. Complete and looking for enough for the first down. Breaks free in the middle. Running inside the 20. Past the 10. And he'll take it in for the touchdown. It won't have much impact on the outcome of the game, but it is a fabulous parting gift, a consolation prize, if you will. Lining up to add another. They'll go to the end. It's a fake. The kicker wants to throw it. And they're able to get him on the ground. At this point, a comeback would take one of the biggest miracles in the history of the sport, but they'll line up for the onside kick. And a few anxious moments, but the hands team is able to fall on it.
And that is why they're called the hands team, people, on onside kicks. Great job jumping on that ball.
Here comes that Memphis offense back onto the field. And now one of the most satisfying moments in football, just watching that clock drain away while you have control of the ball, Jesse.
And this is definitely one of the best play callers, right, for an offensive coordinator. Getting ready to go into victory formation. So many good things happened today. It seemed like everything he was dialing today, David, ended up working out.
No doubt. They've put a lot of highlights together, put a great offensive game together, complete football game. They get the win. On to next week.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Smith wants to throw. Grabbed in the middle. It's Clark. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. The Tigers come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep this drive moving. Just going to keep it after the snap. He gets the job done, picking up the first down, then getting down.
Man, it's so nice to have a QB that can do that can run and make plays when you need it. Late in the football game, trying to run this clock out, preserve the win. He picks up the big first down and keeps the clock moving.
Memphis getting set to snap it on 1st and 10. To the air on 1st down. Zings it complete to the right. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one.
And this defense continuing to struggle with the passing game. Listen, these offenses are so sophisticated nowadays. They're hard to stop, man. And it's a new one every single week. And I say this game, this defense underperformed. They're better than what they've shown. They've gotten torched today. And this is a tape that they're going to want to burn and never watch again.
Going to work on second down, and the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Smith dropping to pass. He's got his man. And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their total.
And it hasn't mattered what they've called guys offensively all game long or who's been on the field, what personnel groupings there have been. They're simply executing at a higher level than this defense, and they're keeping their foot on the pedal here in the fourth quarter.
Getting set for the point after. And the extra point just tacks a little bit more onto this huge lead. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they finish it off by connecting from 10 yards out. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. That ball scoots through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line.
Black 93 Wizard. Black 10.
Starts the drive trying to go up top. A sensational grab down the field there as they try to at least put a positive spin on the end of this game. They bring him down, but not only does he recover the fumble, he gets the first down.
Man, and this is why you practice 5 points of pressure with the football. You cannot put the ball on the ground. Doesn't matter how many defenders are around you or how hard you get hit. You cannot turn the football over and expect to win games.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. First down here for the offense. So the early contact for the defense, and they'll move it up 5 yards. So after the flag, a fresh set of downs for the offense. It's 1st and 10. Quarterback empties his backfield.
Black 14.
Smith wants to throw. The screen, he's got wheels. Finds a crease at the 20. And they do a really good job. Not as easy as it looks to get those blocks. And he picks up the first down.
Man, I love this guy's toughness. All game long, he's been getting hit. He's been sacked multiple times, and here we are late in the game. He's still staring down the barrel, gets nailed, but is able to deliver a big completion for his offense.
This is the football equivalent of throwing in the towel or no mas, as they will concede defeat. Movement on the offensive line. That's going to be a false start, and they'll walk it back. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. After this, it'll be a wrap. Looking to throw. It is incomplete, and now there are 4 seconds remaining.
And this is a tough time for this offense because you're in passing mode. You're in...
It's a... Forget the kick. He's going to throw it. And he'll be brought down. This is what an elite team does. They know they're better. They go out. They take the figurative sledgehammer and hit them right between the eyes.
And they just look good in every phase of the game. If I'm on the coaching staff, I don't know what you could ask for your guys to do better. I think the challenge now for this team is going out next week and trying to play with the same type of intensity and the same level of execution.
Well, Jesse, it's easy to look good on the field when you look that good in your uni. Like when you look that good coming off the bus. Those dudes are good. This is a great team, and they proved it. Just domination from start to finish.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.